and welcome to the Puzzle Factory. This is week 2 of puzzles in which your logical reasoning and deductive abilities are tested each day and the answer is revealed the next. Let's see today's puzzle. With that said, here is the Monday puzzle. You see a padlock on a door and a paper next to it that gives a clue to the code. The paper reads, "This padlock uses a 4-digit code. One must pass this door by combining their logic and deductive abilities. These two skill sets will give you the answer that you covet. But hurry up, don't waste 8 minutes when it could be solved in mere moments." What is a combination? Make sure to like and subscribe for the answers tomorrow, but with that said, let's review the puzzle from yesterday. Here is the Sunday puzzle. So, this is one of the hardest puzzles I've ever made, and it's at first very difficult to see where to possibly go from here. So what I want to point out first is the first two clocks in the pattern 628 and 324. You want to look for common trends in here, but it might not be so obvious as to what is going to happen. However, you do see some PMs here, so we're going to convert those to standard time, or to AM, so military time actually. So let's make it 14:07 AM, 16:08 AM. The AMs don't really matter here, so let's just get rid of them. Now, we can see that this just looks really wild. But we can also see that if we divide the first two, 6 divided by 3, okay, that makes sense. You divide that by 2. 14 divided by 7, also you divide that by 2. And then 16 divided by 8, that's also divided by 2. So that's weird. However, 3 divided by 14 is not 2. And 7 divided by 16 is not 2. So also kind of weird. But let's keep in mind that this one is actually 4 o'clock. And that this one is 2 o'clock. But that still doesn't solve our problem. Why is this 2 and this is 4? So let's think about it this way. Those PMs that were mentioned earlier, this being 2 p.m. and this being 4 p.m., a bit past, but still you get the point. Those must have something to do with the puzzle. And if you divide 3 by 2, you get 1.5. So maybe we could see that that has something to do with it. Okay, so if you get 1.5 then, that would be 1 hour and 50 minutes, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So that would put a 1 in the hours place and a 5 in the tens place, which does make sense, but we're not done yet. So another common trend you might see is that the hours and the minute hand, the hours and then the minutes, they actually add up and combine with the division to get to the next puzzle. And it's very difficult to spot these trends, but once you see it, you can see that it is obvious. So 628, 62 will be divided by 2 to get to 310, okay? And then you're going to add the 6 and 8 to that, and then it becomes 324. So let me show you with an example here. So let's say we had the number 422. I don't know, just random. Well, then we could expect the division to get us to 210 and the addition to get us to 216. So it looks like that is the trend in this puzzle, because if you can see, when we divide 160 by 2, we get to 80, so 8 o'clock. And then 16 plus 8 is 824. With that said, we can directly answer the puzzle, but if you want to know why the PMs work, I'll tell you. So when we divide 324 by 2, the 3 and the 2 by 2, we get 160, it's going to be 167. But 167 isn't an actual time. In fact, it's going to be 207. So you can see that 1407 is 12 plus 207. And so since it's over an hour, we change it to PM. So that's kind of how that works. So let's say that we have all that knowledge. Well, let's get the final one. So we're going to see that it is 41. So 410 would be the starting point. But then 4 plus 8 would bring it to 422. And there's no weird 60-minute rule, so it's going to be 4:22 a.m. for the answer to the Sunday puzzle. Make sure to tune back in tomorrow for the answers to today's puzzle, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, goodbye.